Hello, world. I'm Darrell.
And I'm Nina.
And this is the No Return Podcast. And together we make the Butlers.
Yes.
I make up the rules, do what I wanna. Yeah. They don't want no problems, they want drama. Yeah. Seeking for attention is your problem. Yeah. I've been on my that's word to mama. Yeah.
We've been together for about 4 years. No, we've been married for 4 years. We've been together for about 12 years.
Get the people right, babe.
Yes. Why we started a podcast? Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? I think now is the perfect time for us to start a podcast. Really, I think we started a podcast because we get so many questions about like, how do we make it look like we work so well together? Or, oh man, you guys look amazing. Like you guys look like you never fight. Like you guys just live in a fairy tale world.
They say we're perfect.
Yeah. We get a lot of questions like, oh man, how do you guys do it? You guys just make it look so easy.
And it ain't.
I feel like there's no like better way to describe that other than just like putting it in a podcast. So like it's all here for you guys and you guys can just
dig through what you need and leave the bones.
Yeah, take what you want and leave the rest there, and maybe somebody else will come and take the rest. I don't know. And just to give advice on like what we went through, how we got through things, how we look at life, and you know.
Yeah, it's been a crazy road. I think too, you and I together, we just have really good, deep conversations sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I think when you're growing with a partner, there's so many conversations that are to be had anyway. And I really think that you and I tackle some crazy conversations pretty well as a couple.
I 100% agree there. I 100% agree there. Before we get into this episode, this is episode 1, by the way. Before we get into this episode, I am on another podcast called the Friends for Life or Die Trying podcast. That podcast is totally different from this one.
Completely.
But you're more than welcome to check it out. I guess we'll leave a link.
Absolutely, yeah. A link in the description boxes, wherever this podcast will be.
We'll leave a link for you guys. You guys can check that out. Check that one out and show them some love too, because they're some pretty cool people.
Yeah, it's hilarious. The bros are definitely hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's facts. And just so we're clear on some things, this is for my cast members on the other podcast. I did disinfect that thing right there, guys, so we don't have to go through everything.
Yeah.
I did a real thorough disinfect job on that thing, so we're good on that. Without further ado, let's just get into episode 1.
I think too, just a part of this podcast is lately you and I have been really talking like legacy and leaving something for our kids, leaving pieces of us, leaving something just to add value, not only for our kids, obviously, but like to the world, because we do get a lot of questions about who we are and how we work. And
yeah, I agree with that. I think it's very important to leave a legacy behind for family, especially in this generation. I think now we're in like this huge generation of entrepreneurship, just starting businesses on your own and leaving behind the regular 9-to-5, that safety net that's been preached to us for years since we probably were kids.
Mm-hmm. Our parents were whole other people.
And see, that's the thing. Like I think, like you growing up, I feel like maybe job was pushed more on you
so heavily.
Like for me, I feel like I kind of had like a freedom range. Like my mom and dad just wanted me to find something that I enjoyed doing. But I think at some point, as I was getting older and like bills were coming and I started wanting more things, I think that's when they realized like you need to go get a job. But I feel like for you, maybe like
I've had a job since I was like 12. I was babysitting. But that's because, like, my mom was always big on, like, if you want something, you got to have your own money to get it. And what other way to do that than having a job? And not even necessarily a job, because babysitting is entrepreneurial. Like,
yeah,
it was just anything. My mom was huge on education. So it was like, get your education, but get your money too. However you do that. But your parents were such passion players, I feel like.
Yeah, but even like growing up, I don't feel like they were pushed. I don't feel like being your own boss was pushed enough, and I don't think maybe that was a common thing back then.
I don't think growing up, either.
I don't think I ever ran into somebody who had like their own business. Now, when I say like own business, it doesn't have to be a big business, but like I didn't know anybody who was doing like their own thing.
Like working for themselves.
Yeah. I don't know anybody who was working for themselves. And ever since I could remember, at least, like, for me, whenever people would talk about jobs and, oh, yeah, you want to start working now, so, like, one day you can retire and, like, really enjoy life. And it always, like, came to me like, man, like, I have to, like, work all my life, didn't enjoy life with like this little time. But it didn't really click to me until I seen like my parents getting older. And, you know, I seen like friends' parents getting older. And I'm like, you know what I mean?
What life are you going to enjoy after retirement?
A bunch of doctor's appointments, and hopefully I'm good in health department that I don't have to walk around with like a cane or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can fully enjoy my 60s, 50s for whatever I got left. But
right.
Yeah.
But who wants to live with what you got left? I can say, like, I think saying that jobs for me was pushed is a little bit extreme in the sense of, like, both my parents did work regular 9-to-5s, but they were always doing stuff outside of their 9-to-5s. And, like, with my dad being a mechanic, he, you know, worked for a job and a place, but then he also had his own thing popping on the side.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, like...
Well, okay, so maybe not pushed for you. I'm not trying to say it was pushed for you, but I think that was more of like the ideal route.
Yeah,
because we'll get into it. Like, just give us a couple episodes. We'll get into it. But like, I know, like by the time like I was around and I was like sticking around, that was like huge for your mom.
Yeah.
Like your mom was like, "Yo, I don't know what you're doing."
That's because I didn't go to college the way she wanted.
And I'm not even talking about like for you. I'm talking about like specifically for me.
In general, yeah.
Like it was like, "Yo, I don't know what you're doing," but
you gonna have to provide.
Yeah, there's
we can like
there's something called a JOB out here, and I'm gonna need you to find that like right now. Like
that's true. That's true.
So like I feel like, you know what I mean. So like that was, I don't know. I feel like that was more pushed on you. Like in your lifetime growing up than it was for me. Like I just like I don't remember to me like it wasn't critical until like I started wanting things. Like I started really, really, really wanting things. But the things I wanted was like mostly music equipment.
Oh my God, yes.
So like music equipment and video games was like what I wanted.
Which is like $1 million a month.
Yeah, and it is. And so at that point, you know what I mean, my parents are like, I can't. You gotta get a job.
Sneakers.
Well, yeah, and sneakers. So yeah, so
not that like you're a major sneaker head, but just your sneakers is you particular.
Yeah, I mean, as you should be.
You right, as you should be.
As you should be. So,
I think other things we're going to talk about is like what lessons we've learned in this. You learned so many lessons.
Yeah, there's...
I mean, that's life though. Like, as individuals and together, it's different when you move in as a unit, learning lessons as a unit.
Yeah, it's totally different.
And I just realized, so before we get even deeper into this podcast, I do want to shout out, you guys see me and Relly are twinsies. If you are a part of our video gang, we are rocking these dope Obsidian Opulence t-shirts. I will link their information down below. If you guys know me outside of this, I do have a YouTube channel, and I am all about promoting not only brands who are run by people of color, but brands that stand for something. And this particular brand takes some of their proceeds and actually redisperses it into the community through a mentorship program for young men. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a dope brand. It's definitely worth checking out. Obsidian is a stone that is a black stone, and opulence is pretty much excellence at the peak, okay? So it's just a brand that stands for literally black excellence. And like I said, they mentor, they put on things in their community. They're based out of New York. So, you know, it's a really good brand to, if you're going, they're fashionable. You know me, I rock sweatsuits and everything from them. So
you said that they were black owned?
Yeah, they are black owned. I say people of color because, you know, I ain't all black, and some of my brands be from my Latino gang. Black gang, but they are black owned. So yeah. Anyway, now getting back to it, I just didn't want to forget to shout them out because they definitely supplied these dope shirts for us.
Awesome. Thanks for the shirts, guys. So we're here to talk about life lessons we learned. Obviously, we're here to answer any questions that you guys have. Can't promise I'm going to give you the best advice, but I'm going to give you the only advice that I have to give you.
We'll think about like our advice though. We're pretty deep thinkers.
We are, but I'm not saying that I always give the best advice. It depends,
But that's anybody. That's why you hit them with that. But I mean,
yeah, you take it or you leave it. I don't really know. So we'll be here to answer you guys' questions if you have any.
We definitely want to hear from you guys. Hear your thoughts, opinions. If you obviously questions. If you guys looking for advice, but like the podcast wouldn't be fun if we can't interact with our listeners and our watchers and our viewers.
So.
Yeah.
There'll be email, I guess, in the description box where you can send those emails over.
Yeah, well, the email will be linked, and so will all of our social media handles.
Cool.
We'll get better with that as time goes on.
Yeah. On top of that, we're also here to answer. Oh, we already did that. We're here to answer your questions. We're here to hear your thoughts and opinions. Tell me how bad we look. Tell us how terrible we suck. I'll take any of that. Because you always have to like cater to the trolls because it just makes the situation so much better.
Trolls. Why do trolls have to exist? Why can't we just all be positive people in the world?
Because that's not the way the world works, I guess.
We haven't really decided fully when we'll release new material, but we do want to pod, once a week?
I don't know. We haven't really got into it, but hopefully we can do like 2 episodes a week.
For sure. So here's our first question to our listeners / viewers. And that is more or less like, are we strictly talking relationship things? Because you and I are like lifestyle people.
Yeah. I would like to give you guys like an all-around playbook. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just cater to one area. I mean, do we have excellent love advice? Sure.
For sure.
Could we help you find that special person for yourself?
Possibly.
Sure. Could we point you in the right direction? Sure. Do I want to give you all the tricks and trades of the game? No.
But not only that, as a couple, not only do we deal with couple things, but you guys, like, we're homeowners. We are entrepreneurial, but we do have jobs as well. So, there's so much to us.
Jobs.
I like to cook.
We'll get into it one day, maybe.
Like, that was mad random. I like to cook.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know, just as a whole, there's so many things that you guys could ask us questions about. We've, gone broke, got it back again, gone broke again, got it back again.
Yeah, so basically, we just want to hear from you guys on what you, like, specifically what you want to hear from us. Obviously, we're going to keep giving you guys content, but we just want to hear what you guys want to hear for us. And we're going to try to do 2 podcast episodes a week. I guess maybe at a later date, I was going to try to like explain how we'll do it. Maybe I'll still do it at a later date. Maybe explain like how we'll do it. But
yeah, we're still getting our feet wet. So bear with us.
We know for sure we're going to give you guys 2 podcasts a week. We will just have like a tier for our Patreon listeners, and then we'll have a tier for people who just want to just support.
Because we're here to support you guys, because you guys are supporting us. So that's that part.
2 podcasts a week. Probably one for our Patreon listeners, and then one for our single listeners.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, what were you saying?
I just thought about it. Like, I don't know. We're podcast people. So, like, the length of the podcast and all of those things will kind of...
It'll vary.
Yeah.
It won't ever be, like, super, super long, but it'll vary. We'll keep it brief on you guys because I understand that ears get defeated after a long time. So,
I'm going to work really hard at not doing that anymore. Okay? It'd be hard. I'll be trying not to forget.
Yeah, so without further ado, let's just... Let's get into
episode 1.
Yeah.
Has life so far been anything like you expected? Okay.
Jesus.
Marriage, homeownership, work, family life.
Okay, so marriage for me, has it been anything like I expected? No.
I knew you were gonna say no. How did I know you were gonna say no?
It's different, man. Like, first, we'll start with marriage first. And I'll try to be brief here because I still got to go to work. So, marriage is nothing like what people tell you it's like. It's so far from that.
What do people tell you it's like?
Like, I don't know. Like, some people, like, it depends who you run into. Like, I've ran into people who say, like, oh, marriage is this, and that. It's just the greatest thing in the world. Not that it's not.
Marriage ain't for the weak.
Then there's people that you run into and are just like, oh, man. Like, yo, I don't even know why you did it, man. And then, you just run into different people who say a lot about marriage. It's not bad.
But it does put expectations in your mind.
Yeah. Like, it
because everything is what you make it. So people, they speak to you from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess you kind of like have to like create your own narrative for what you think marriage is like. For me, it's not what I expected it to be, but it's also not like terribly bad. Like, oh my God, this is the worst thing I ever did. Like, why did I do this? Like, oh, what the hell? abort. Yeah, it's nothing like that. You have your good days and you have your bad days. I think that's like it's the simplest way to put it. Some days are really good, some days are really bad. Not really bad. That's kind of overdoing it.
I knew what you meant, though. I didn't.
It's not really bad. Like, you have your good days, you have your bad days, you have your high days, you have your low days.
You got your betters and your worse.
There you go.
Your richers and your poorers.
9 out of 10. Hopefully, by the time you get married, you know your partner, so you can kind of predict what kind of day it'll be, and you just kind of know.
And you know your partner's worst.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah. So it's not what I thought. Marriage is not what I thought it would be, but like, I'm okay with where it's at. Like, I'm not.
That makes me feel good.
Yeah. It's not like end all be all. Or it's not how people said it would be when I was like growing up and seeing men do men things. So I don't know.
Toxic masculinity.
What about you? I don't.
You know, it's weird because, like, I guess now that I'm in it, I don't think about what I expected marriage to be, but I don't think it was what I expected it to be either. I think that, like you said, like, you hear people talk, and the people that are real with you will tell you, like, it's not going to end all of the things that, you know, you may fuss about going into it, or it's not like the cure all or the wreck all. So, like, once you understand what that means, and I feel like you don't really understand that until you're in the day in and day out of marriage, it's nothing like what I expected, but that's not in a bad way or in a good way. It's just not anything.
I'm with you. I just think it's a forever learning experience.
For sure. And that's like life in general, relationships in general.
Yeah.
You know, we as individuals within our marriage have grown. We've changed. We're going to always be evolving.
Yeah.
But of course, there are core aspects of us that we expect to stay the same or always come together in a way. But we're individuals that are joined together.
I agree with that.
So it makes, it definitely makes for an adventure. Marriage has definitely been adventurous.
It's something to look forward to.
Yeah, like you're going to have bad days, but you have bad days in life. You're going to have days where, we ready to like rip each other's throats out, and days where we're ready to like fight the world together.
Been there.
Yeah, like
been there.
I think it would be a disservice to be like it's all peachy. I know I have to keep remembering not to like turn to talk to you.
Well, that's why I probably get closer. So
yes, it works. I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, like stuff like that. Darrell knows that I suck at talking into a mic. So he made sure to have provisions for me.
Right. All right. So we'll just say that marriage is something you work on every day. It's like an adventure every day. It's not like written in stone. There is no rules to this game. It's kind of you just figuring it out as you go. But make sure you're figuring it out healthy, though, and don't figure it out like in a toxic manner, because then that's going to lead to a whole list of other issues. Kids. Is life anything like I expected with kids?
Not at all.
Far from it. Kids, man.
We don't even have kids, and we sound like we have kids. We have other people's kids sometimes.
We do have a lot of other people's kids. But we don't really have kids of our own. Maybe one day we'll get into that, but we're not going to get into that now. So we're just going to skip that. Home ownership. Oh boy.
Not at all what I expected.
Home ownership is like a good thing, but it's like I don't really understand it. I get it, but I don't really get it. I kind of feel like maybe I would have been like probably a little bit better in an apartment somewhere. But then like I do things in my house, like we like play loud music and like.
And we have big dogs.
Yeah, so like I would miss out on like things that I have now that I like.
And our space, like there are times where it's nice to just be able to like not be on top of each other.
Or not to be like connected to people
all the time.
So that's really nice. I think the only downfall about I guess the only downfall about our house is like it's small. So there's not really much room to like be in your own space.
Yeah, it's small. To me, the two biggest things are like it's a lot older. Like it's a fixer-upper. So
wait, before we continue, like I wanted a fixer-upper house because I like when you don't have a house, it's like, oh man, and I can do all the repair projects myself. It sounds amazing. I love it. Until you get in it and then you realize how much money it's going to cost for yourself to fix it. And then you reach out for somebody else to come fix it and you realize how much they're going to charge you to fix it.
What did I get myself into?
Yeah, so either way, it's probably a lose-lose. And if I fix it, it's probably going to be done wrong. And I don't want to burn the whole house down. So
that
like,
part.
Yeah.
Picking and choosing, having discretion. You have to have discretion in marriage. You have to have discretion in home ownership. You need discretion in life, period.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like one of those things, picking and choosing your projects, picking and choosing what you're going to work on. Not at all what I expected either. Even like down to the way we do chores, like not at all. I thought I was going to be wife of the year with it. I really did.
Not at all. And like I don't know. I think there's something to say about like neighbor etiquette. I don't know. Like
I was just talking about this today.
I feel like there should be like some type of neighbor etiquette, and I don't have it.
I was saying to to Ms. Lisa, I was like, man, it's weird because like sometimes I feel like our neighbors are weird, and I was like, but then other times I feel like it's me and Ro that are weird, like.
I'm sure it's me because I'm just like avoiding.
Yeah, like head down, straight to the car, straight in the house.
I'm like avoiding my neighbors at all costs.
Please don't speak. Please don't say hi. I don't want to have awkward conversation.
And it might be because I feel like they're just going to avoid me as well. Like we don't have like the best relationship with our neighbors, and we've never had any type of issues. It's just we don't have the best relationship, I guess.
Yeah, like we don't know them. They don't really know us. But I feel like we're the youngest people on the block.
Yeah.
And we're like, not to put it out there, but like we're a young black couple, and our neighborhood is not young black.
Not at all.
Yeah. So it's awkward, and you don't know people's walks of life. They don't know yours. I don't know. I've never been like, I think it's cool to have neighbors that you're cool with, that like, when you do have kids, like somebody to look out for your house when you're away. But then I also think like people are so weird. Like I don't know if I want someone having that much access all the time.
I think I'm good.
Yeah,
I think I'm good.
When you're a kid,
neighbors.
it's different.
When you have a kid?
No, when you are a kid. Like, the neighborhood can be more important, because you're running around with people like you. It's different when you're growing up in a neighborhood as opposed to, like, coming in as the new people on the block.
Yeah. I don't know. That's home ownership for you, I guess. Love thy neighbor. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, love thy neighbor as you love thyself.
Or maybe if you have a good neighbor, you should appreciate that you have a good neighbor. And he may be annoying at times, but you should appreciate that you have a good neighbor.
Facts.
Yeah. Work. Last and but not least, work.
Is there anything like what you expected your life to be?
I hate work. I will always hate work. I'm not a fan of work. Don't ask me about work. I don't want to talk about work.
Your job. I'd say, your job you don't want to talk about because you like to work. It's just working for yourself. No, I enjoy working,
but I don't enjoy like the job I do. And maybe there's some people out there that don't enjoy what they do. I asked my guys, my other podcast guys, don't they ever get tired of like just clocking in? Maybe not. Maybe that's not even the part that kills you. I'll tell you the part that kills me. The part that kills me is that I have to ask another grown person that's just a little older than me if I can have off for a certain day, and they gotta approve it or not approve it. That kills me.
Or just sometimes being under people that are just like power hungry.
That too, and just being around people who you don't really have that much in common with. There's a lot of different walks of life. And
that's the thing. You just said it too. Like when you're building your own brand and your own business as opposed to working at a job, people's goals are different. So like when you're building a brand and a business, you also get to build your team and know that everyone is there for the common interest of that specific brand or that brand's goal, as opposed to like working at a random job that you just need to pay bills. You don't care what their mission is. Like some people do. I'm not going to say that everyone doesn't. Some people really enjoy their job because of those things. But like not everyone is, for the mission of the company, or the policies may, conflict with what they stand for. So there's like a lot that goes into that I just don't think we really analyze from day to day when we're just in a rat race trying to pay our bills.
I could live without like 9 to 5 working, but
Facts.
I mean, if I was ever to work for myself, or anything for myself, I'm all for 100% working. Like I'm 100% in. Like there's no. It's just that I can appreciate my time. You know what I'm saying? I can spend my time the way I want to spend my time. Even while I'm working, you know what I'm saying? I'm working from a comfortable environment for me that I know I can get the best out of my work, you know what I'm saying? And plus, it's for me. This is something that I'm going to be able to pass on to like my kids whenever I'm gone. Hopefully, I can make good enough wealth from things that I do that I can pass it on to my kids, where I can even break a piece off from my pops. I can break a piece off from my brother, and, I can take care of my family and my friends,
Big facts.
We could take care of my wife's side of the family as well. Everybody's taken care of.
It's just different when you're investing into yourself. Time, money, energy, as opposed to putting all of that into something that you're never going to see back. It's never going to really pay you back the way that you're paying into it. Like your time, your effort. Your job is labor intensive.
Yeah, man. Because if I hit like, what is retirement age? Like
65.
If I hit 65 and I have to like go fill out another job application and do a small part-time job,
oh my God,
I'm going to be pissed.
I'm just gonna have to like.
Oh man, God probably won't even let me into heaven at that point, because there's going to be so many conversations we gotta have. So many conversations we have to have.
That's very true.
Oh man, like I kind of want to be like how your dad is.
Like just chilling.
Just like,
because they prepared. Like,
wow, we need to be on that pace, because I just want to be like, what do I feel like doing today? Whatever, man.
Make my way over to go shopping.
I don't
hit
know,
up the lounge.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Just fly by there.
Whatever I want to do. I don't know.
But I don't, like, the thing about that is it's great, but like I look at my dad and I'm just like, yo, imagine if you could do this when you were younger and like your body was in a different shape.
And
like,
that's kind of what I said at the beginning, leaving a legacy. I don't want to retire, and I cannot enjoy it, and my body's halfway defeated. So I feel like I'm defeated a little bit. Like I don't want to retire and have good days and bad days. Like I want to retire and feel good.
And think about the people that don't even get to retire. Like they die while they're still like working.
I'm gonna be really pissed about that. Like you don't understand. I just worked all these years for this guy, and this guy has been enjoying his life from. Say I started working here at 18 and I retired at 65. Like this guy enjoyed all those years off me.
On his yacht with
and all
his family.
I got was 2 weeks worth of vacation
every year.
Good God.
And someone telling you when you can be sick.
And sign up for overtime, you're only gonna take more money from me.
So like,
I really have a problem with working for somebody. I really have a problem with working for somebody.
Oh my gosh.
So work is nothing like I thought it would be. That's for sure.
Would you consider that to be your biggest day-to-day challenge?
Work?
Yeah.
Yes. Like you don't understand, like the clocking in of work. Like soon as I get to work, it never fails. Someone asks me like, "Oh man, how's it going?" And my answer is always, "I'm ready to go home." And their reply is always, "How? You just got here." And
I didn't want to come here.
Why does that change? I'm ready to go. And you should be ready to go too. And you telling me that you're not ready to go shows that you enjoy this place more than you should. So that's a problem for me. How about yourself? What is your biggest challenge day to day?
Honestly, my biggest challenge day to day, I think, is just myself sometimes. Like wrapping myself around my own mental and like motivating myself, because I do have a job, but right now with like everything going on, I'm more working on building my brand than working my 9 to 5. And when you're building a brand, ain't nobody cracking the whip but you on you. Ain't nobody telling you what you have to get up and do today. What tasks do you have to tackle? Sometimes you don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
So I think those are like my biggest challenge day to day is honestly just like that mental battle of like, okay, don't stay in bed today. Get up, go do what you got to do. Write some tasks, check some things off your list. I think that's my biggest day to day challenge currently.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you what your biggest challenge is, but we'll
No,
take
like
it.
no.
Nah, yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, my job is different from your job, so
Totally different.
yeah, I get a little bit more fulfillment.
Let's go a lot more.
Yeah, I do get quite a bit more fulfillment from my job just because the nature of what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I just think I'm my biggest challenge. It sounds terrible.
All right, well, how do you overcome that challenge?
Lots of prayer. Planning. Sometimes like I plan ahead, so it makes me more excited for like the next day and the things that I have to get done. Starting my day off with prayer though. God, give me strength. Give me guidance. Give me wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Busting it up with you, getting good ideas. How about you?
For myself, I don't know. I haven't figured that question out yet. Maybe because I have like a lot of things just leaning against me that like I have to like kind of stay where I'm at. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know. I'm like,
yeah, that's like a whole other thing we didn't even talk about. Feeling stuck.
I'm ready to go right now. I think it's just because like I have to come home and like tell you like, yo, I quit, and then I don't know what you're going to say. I have 2 dogs. I have a mortgage. Like, I have like all these bills.
Plus, not only me, like we're so family oriented, like, and our family is nosy.
Yeah.
My family is nosy. So I just feel like,
it's gonna be a world of problems.
That's the other thing that they don't. That's something that let us tell you, because they won't tell you when you get married. Like, it is not just about you and your significant other. Like, if you're family oriented or you have family, a lot of times merging not only your lives, but you merge their lives too. So like it doesn't just affect you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they tell you that.
I don't know. I'll let you guys know how I overcome that challenge when I overcome it. I'm still there.
So we're going to end this podcast hopefully on a good note. So at this stage in life, in marriage, and all of it, what is something that you are most thankful for? Oh, Lord. I thought we was going to end on a good note.
I mean, you're thankful for the same. You're thankful for the same things that everybody in the world is thankful for. Breathing, waking up every day, thankful for God, thankful for family, thankful. What can you not be thankful for?
Presumptuous to assume that people are thankful for those things? I mean, I know most people
might not be
but
thankful for all their family, but somebody's thankful for something somebody out of their family. Like,
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like, you're thankful for like somebody out of your family. It may not be like the whole family, but like people, I feel like people are pretty much thankful for the same things.
It's true.
That's why like when you go around on like Thanksgiving and they ask what everybody's thankful for, like I'm sure it's the same thing, guy.
Yeah, I mean, I you're not like a huge fan of that. I am, but I think that's just because I just grew up in that. But also because I think it's important sometimes to remind ourselves, like, I'm always going to be thankful for waking up because it's a new opportunity to do something better than the day before, or to be better, or to make a change about something I don't like.
Yeah.
Cliche as it sounds, like, I'm super thankful for you in the moment because I just feel like we're a bomb team.
Why the moment?
I don't know, because some days you get on my nerves.
Okay.
Kidding. Kinda.
That's fine.
It's like, nah, I'm always grateful for you. I say in the moment though, because I feel like right now we're doing so much as a couple. To have a man pick up the way that you pick up like our slack as a couple is just incredible. And when I talk to like other women and, you know, just things that I've watched and experienced through life, you see that it's rare to have certain men step up to the plate in a certain way than the way women do. So I say in the moment, I'm always going to be grateful for you. The moment is forever. We're living in it.
Okay.
But yeah, like there's just a lot. You've pushed me to grow within this 2020 in a way that I just don't feel like really we've ever had the opportunity to.
All right. If you're thankful for it, 9 out of 10, I'm thankful for it. It's really, I'm going to list the same thing. I mean, it's really not, I'm really sure we're all thankful for the same things. If you have something like you're really thankful for that you think like nobody else is thankful for, then you should like list it below and let me know.
Yeah, please.
Because I would be interested to know. I mean,
if you have a unique thing to be thankful for.
Yeah, like I think you're just thankful for anything. Like if you go somewhere like deep into the woods and you lose like cell phone service for a week, when you come back, oh my God, I'm so thankful for cell phone service.
Land.
Yeah, so I mean, like I think everybody's thankful for the same thing. Same thing. They just pick one thing out of the same thing.
All right. So
I mean, like if you asked like 10 people what they were thankful for, I'm pretty sure out of that 10 you'll get a lot of common answers.
Yeah, like Family Feud board, you'll have the most common and then that one unique thing. So
yeah,
you want to end on that question?
Oh yeah, last question before I have to go to work.
Would you rather face your fears?
Yeah, would you rather face your fears or forget you have them? I guess we're going to face them. You're going to face them because you have no other choice but to face them. I'm going to face my fears because like I don't have any other options but to face my fear. If I don't face it today, I'm going to have to wake up tomorrow and try to face it again. I just think you should face your fears. Running from them only is going to create more of a problem. And I mean, if you would have just faced them, they would have been over by now. You would have been into it. You'd have been over it. The only way to like get over something is to go through it.
Period.
So
I do believe, I'd rather face my fears. But I think that we forget that adversity grows us, it polishes us, it helps us to become better people. And adversities aren't only challenges, but fears.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't think so? Too deep?
I don't know. Just face your fears. You should just face your fears.
I don't want to forget that I have them because you won't.
You won't forget because the fears don't let you forget. I mean, like fear is, that's something that's put inside you. It's not put inside you, but it is put inside you.
Yeah. How do we get fear?
Fear is put inside you.
Like
why? you have a fear. Like people call it like what do they call it? They call it like a healthy fear.
Yeah.
But there is no healthy fear.
Because the only thing to fear is fear itself.
Yeah, so there's no healthy fear. So like
like people will be like, oh, I'm afraid of like drugs.
Yeah,
that's a healthy fear.
There's no healthy fear.
I ain't afraid of them, but I respect it.
Fear is just a terrible thing to have in your body. It's a really bad thing, but everybody has it though, you know what I'm saying? But the only way to get through it is the only way to get over it and get through it is to go through it. So go through your fears, conquer your fears, don't run from them. Excuse me. If you have to maybe you can conquer your fear one day. True. Give it a day or two and go back after that fear. Don't let the fear get the best of you. Letting the fear get the best of you is only going to lead to other fears kicking in that you didn't know you had. It's going to kind of be like
paralyzing.
A gang beat up on you, and then you're just going to be mentally done, and then who knows where that's going to spiral you into.
Facts. So go ahead and face them fears.
Very important to face your fears. It's very important. Very important. And even, start with the littlest fear you got. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying if you have like a fear of like spiders to go find spiders and face your fears. Everybody I don't know if everybody, but like.
I was terrified. I still don't like them. I was terrified of snakes. And, I went to camps as a little kid. And at the camp, somebody had us like pet and hold snakes. Shut up.
Camps.
And I went to camp, Darrell, summer camp.
Yeah. Like I was saying, don't go pet a pit bull if you know you're terrified of dogs. That's just
Yeah, they smell fear.
yeah. Don't. That's just fear. You know, you deal with that fear on like another day. I'm talking about
Be
like
wise about
fears
the
that might be
fears.
holding you back. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna work for like a dog place and they got all types of dogs there, then you might want to go ahead and try to get over your fear of pit bulls. But try to do it with like some professional help. But like, you know, like daily fears. You know what I'm saying?
Like people always say they have fear of failure. Don't be afraid to fail.
Maybe you're like scared to poop at work. All right, we'll go. That's that's
Yo,
somebody's
that is a
fear.
legit fear. Yo,
All right,
I used
so,
to hate
like,
pooping in public. I still don't like pooping in public.
Go poop at work once and see what happens. You don't know what happens until you go do it. So go poop at work and see what happens. Could be the best experience you had. Could be the worst experience you had.
Hopefully, it won't add to your fear.
Yeah, you know. Hopefully, like Billy John doesn't walk in and talk to you like through the stall door. It's like it's crazy. Like, but yeah, try it and then
Let us know how it goes.
yeah. So to wrap this episode up, let me know in the comments below what is like the one unique thing. Obviously, let me know what you're thankful for. Anyways, I need to know what you're thankful for.
Yeah.
I want to know that if I'm thankful for the same things that you guys are thankful for, and if you're thankful for something very unique that you think absolutely nobody else is like thankful for, drop that
it.
down there below.
You can shout it out in the next episode or something.
And let me know like what is your fear.
Yeah, and if you faced it, how did you face your fears? If you haven't faced it, then maybe tell us like the first step to your idea of facing your fear would be.
Okay, so tell us how you faced your fear or the steps you want to take in facing your fear. But most importantly, if you don't want to get into all that, because I understand some things can be a little personal, some things might not, just drop us
a line. Say what's
what
up.
your fear is.
Yeah.
What is your fear?
I got a lot of fears. Do you have a fear? Do you have like a main fear?
I think I faced all of them.
Really?
Like, I don't know if I have like a fear right now.
You're like
I have
mad
like
fearless.
one fear right now, but we'll get into that at another time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to fear that though. But you are kind of fearless. Like when noises and stuff come around, I'm scary.
Yeah.
I'm not checking nothing. You be ready to run like a renegade.
Yeah.
Do. What's that? Not me. I'd be like, go ahead.
All right, so
Wrapping this up.
yeah, so that's this is the end of No Returns. This is episode 1.
Next week we should probably tell you guys how we got that name and what it means.
That's a good point. All right, well, this is episode 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm Darrell.
I'm Nina.
There you go. And we'll be back here at some time this week.
Yes. So join us again for the next podcast. I really hope you guys enjoyed this and got a couple of laughs or something from it.
Yeah.
All right.
Good day.
Peace out.